Okay, kids, before you come up, you probably already figured out what I want you to do because you're probably already looking around the room. You probably noticed that I got stuff around the room. Did you notice that yet?
Yeah.
See if you can let's bring everything and put it in the middle of the floor here. On your mark, get set, go! Alright, we got everything, eh? This is not your first time seeing a Slinky, right?
Nope.
Not your first time. How many of you, big kids, had a Slinky? Yeah. You ever have a Slinky?
My brother has one.
Yeah? I think they're pretty cool. So back in the olden days, before we had the internet, before we had cable TV, and before we had, I don't know, whatever fancy distractions we had, the only toy that these people had as kids was a Slinky. It was that and a couple sticks that they would play with. A Slinky, how's it go? A Slinky. All right, thanks, choir. That was very helpful. Should we open up, take a look at Slinkies? Let's open them up.
Are they brand new?
Yes, they're brand new. David bought Slinkies. And you get to keep them, but not this week. I'm going to use these Slinkies for the next couple weeks for children's time. So in, great torture, I'm letting you open it, but you got to leave it here for a few weeks. But let's play with them for a little bit. You see how no matter what you do, they come back together. And the reason why we've got the Slinkies today is because the scripture passage that we're going to hear a little bit later has a line in it about standing up. It's a scripture passage that is about putting on all of this armor, and you'll hear about all of that armor during the sermon. But before you put the armor on, the scripture passage says, stand up. Does that make sense? You can't really put armor on, you can't put God's gifts on you until you stand up for something. Now, that's a bit of a weird way of putting things, standing up for something. Do you know what it means to stand up for something? Let's say you're at school and you see somebody who's being picked on by the bully. What would standing up mean? What would standing up look like if you stood up?
Help them or go get someone?
Yeah, instead of ignoring it, standing up means taking a stand. It means I'm going to say, hey, stop that. That's not right. That's why I've got the Slinkies today, because the Slinky is a great reminder that no matter what you do with it, no matter how you bend it out of shape, it is going to, and be able to stand up. But don't trust my word for it. Let's try. You know what the best place to do a Slinky is?
Stairs.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any stairs. So you're just, pardon me? We have stairs here?
Yeah.
All right, well let's try out the Slinky, see if you can get them to stand up from walking down the stairs. Is that like your only opportunity in your entire career to work that in? All right, let's see what you can do. Go for it. The trick is, that you put your second hand where you want it. Yeah, well. Yep. You get the idea, though? So, you're welcome. I'm sure you're going to want to play with the Slinkies for a little bit. And when you get bored of the Slinkies, I've got the floor chalk out there. And my wife Sarah was pointing out to me that I missed some of the drawings that you did before I went on holidays. That you're drawing some of the stuff that's on the communion table, like the communion plate for the bread and the communion chalice, where we have the grape juice to represent the wine. And I'm sorry that I missed that. So if you want to draw some more stuff, go for it. Dad, here's one for you. You can play with this one. So before you play with your Slinkies, let's stand up and find somebody and look him in the eyes and say, "May God bless you as you stay with no Slinky to play with." And they'll say, "May God bless you as you stay with play with a Slinky that you don't have." All right, have fun, kids.